And we're live. And
Hey.
he's gone. There he is. He showed up. A little bit of a delay, but Drabby Noops is here on camera during the
I, I
budget
ex- I
battles.
exist.
I had a little room in the stream budget to make this happen, uh, which was me spending 2 minutes setting it up and Drabby Noops doing all of the real work. So I appreciate my very good friend Drabby Noops. Drabby Noops, it is time for episode 3 of season 4 of the budget battle.
Yes.
All right, so this is the three color episode,
Yeah.
which was a lot tougher. It sounds like for each of us than we might
Hmm.
have originally thought it was going to be.
True.
So
Yeah.
I got Abzan, Mardu, and Jeskai to build today, and I will tell you that it was tricky, especially my Abzan and my Jeskai deck, because there's not a whole lot of Abzan support
Yeah.
that you might think, at least at the common and uncommon level, especially because like the best thing you have for like Abzan support is in Dantha Triome, and like
Hmm.
I guess technically Eerie Ultimatum, but that's pretty much uncastable with the kind of mana bases we're gonna be playing. What did you have?
I had Teamer, Esper, and Jund.
Okay.
So yeah, Teamer was so hard. There were so many decks that were just
Mm.
gruel splashing counterspells.
Yeah, no, that feels like it's clearly because like Teamer's another one that doesn't have a lot of support. Because like we haven't had the three color, like we had Nuka Penna. Obviously, that would support things like Jund and whatnot. I conveniently had zero Nuka Penna color combinations. I believe you had two of them. So
Yeah.
two of those color combinations, there's at least clear themes. There's like you have cards like the Charms and other things that can kind of support you being in three colors. But things like Teamer, we haven't had a Teamer set, and we're not getting, Cons of Tarkir remastered anytime soon,
Yeah.
or ever, probably. So,
Hmm.
it's not like we have a clear, like, idea of what Teamer is even supposed to look like. So it definitely feels like, yeah, like, is it splashing green, Gruul splashing blue, Simic splashing red? I feel like that's the least likely of the three, but,
It was that or play a Luna Apex of Wishes combo, which was like,
mm,
not sure how fun that would be.
yeah, well, why don't we just dive right in? So I'll get this show on the road because I have a feeling these games. I say this every week. I have a feeling these games might go a little longer.
Yeah, I mean, um,
I say
I,
before we finish in 30 minutes.
I am gonna say, I'm
Uh,
not gonna bring my favorite of the decks.
oh,
Um,
I'm doing the classic from upper higher row from left to right.
well,
Uh,
yeah. So the only reason my favorite deck is in the highest left is because I made a quick change.
mm,
Beforehand.
sure.
I looked at the goal of the deck and decided that I was not accomplishing that goal.
Okay. No,
So
that's a good
I
thing to
made
check in with, like especially for the budget battle, because we want these decks to at least somewhat look like they're coherent.
okay. Ooh, that's rough. I
Oh,
need
oh, that's
to.
right. That's what this deck does. I forgot. I
Okay.
I, I genuinely had forgotten what I had built when I built this
Yeah.
deck, but I have it now.
Okay. Wow, that's rough. But I think we do that. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm
Ooh, I'm up
doing.
against your Esper deck, huh?
Indeed.
All right, this is. I'll let you figure out which deck this is.
Oh my God.
I've only got one that plays green, so.
Yeah, yeah. Fair enough.
uh, ooh, auras.
Yep. Esper auras.
Ooh, that's a pretty good one. Yeah, I feel like I'll play this first.
Ooh,
Let's
I like Mia Harden scales.
Yeah, so this was the only. So Abzan was another color combination that kind of suffered from what we talked about.
Yeah.
So I ended up finding myself in a position where, this was really kind of the only thing to be doing.
Hmm.
At least the only, like, clear theme, I should say.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll just play this guy. Yeah, so I like where this deck ended up, but it does suffer a little bit from the this is a green deck splashing other colors problem.
Yeah.
Kind of like you were running into a teamer, but I think nevertheless, I think I ended up really liking where this deck ended up. Hello. That is Death Touch. I can't block that if it has Death Touch.
Yeah. It'd also be pretty hard to block it if it has flying.
That's true. Wow, that's pretty brutal. You just drew 2 cards for 2 mana? I do like where you ended up as well, if I'm being honest. Oh, and he hit the 1 mana? Oh, that's sick. What's this do? Taps it?
Yep.
Does it stay tapped or anything? It does not. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Right, this thing, it ain't blocking anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, it is more so I wanted to get the casting out.
Oh, it has Vigilance too? That's dirty.
Yeah.
That's dirty. Alright, I'll go to my turn. Alright, well, I'll just do the thing.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's it's pretty good. Pretty good. Not gonna lie.
Something like that. I mean, I can't attack. Like, I have 10 power on turn 4, and I can't attack. Feels weird.
Right.
Well, we'll see though. I think I'm still in a good spot. Just depends on how many auras you have, I guess.
Yeah. I think it's just.
Especially if you have like a life linking aura, then I'm really,
I mean, I do. It's just not like in
Search.
my hand, so
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I mean that doesn't mean much with a light pause in play, to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is unfortunate. I don't have. I'm actually out of
1 mana auras.
I think I am. Yeah.
Oh, that would be brutal.
I am out of 1 mana auras.
I'm shocked. Does this because this can only put auras onto light
on itself.
pods. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't like play like dead weight and whatnot.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't exactly. I can't put dead weight onto light pause, or at least I have no reason to want to do that.
Okay. Well, that's a good draw. All right, I'm gonna play this one.
Oh, that's real good. That is real. Oh, I love it. You know me. And my obsession with the fight rigging decks. Oh no!
Yeah, you get to draw a card. It's not all bad.
4.
Oh, for each ore that was attached to it. That's really dirty.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, yeah, I'll just swing for 13, but like,
I mean, that makes sense.
yeah.
You know, I'll just take it.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
All right, go ahead.
Yikes. Okay, so
Yeah. That fight rigging, by the way, sick one of. Ran out of rares.
Nice.
Ran out of rare budget. Get some ambient music playing for us here. Oh, that's right. This is not my normal YouTube.
Well, that's unfortunate. I wish I had a. I mean, it's not that unfortunate. I suppose I shouldn't have played that swamp. I might have drawn into a different land.
That's fair.
Oh,
I mean, you got a big flyer though.
Yeah, I just drew another swamp.
I
so-
probably would have actually thrown that on the life linker.
I mean, it has lifelink.
Oh, it does? Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I gave it the rune of sustenance.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I get for not paying attention. Okay, I'm fine. All right, I'll play the Great Henge.
Nice.
Pride Malkin.
Oh my God, no!
We'll go right
Oh,
there.
that's sadness. On to the stack.
16. You,
Yeah, I can block 4 of your 19 for 15. Wow, okay.
yeah.
Pretty good.
I could have also
Pretty
snakeskin
good.
veiled to put 3 counters on something.
Yeah, I think I think the biggest issue there actually was that I had tapped my blue mana and I had a an aura that would make your creature a 1/1, which would have actually mattered in that point.
Hmm.
With no abilities, mind you, as well.
Sure. Okay.
Um, okay, sure. This is probably the only one that matters.
Oh, my YouTube
I
is
don't like it, actually, though.
struggling a bit here. There it is. Alright, so I'm up against that. Oh, this is awkward, but I can bring that in. Can bring... I suppose I should actually look at your threads. So I can just bring
I think that's it. Yeah, I do like the way this came out. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing 20 lands and I still think that might actually be too much.
I could see that.
Because the top of my curve is 2. Actually, it is 18. Never mind. Never mind. I did do 18. This is acceptable. It's not great, but I can play it.
Mine's also fine. It's got stuff and things. Boom! Tomb with Aether on the play.
Eh?
I'm so good at this. I am a little sad that in my main deck I ended up only playing 4 white cards, and they're all Conclave Mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
I mean, that's entirely fair.
play this Plains.
Just
That way you think I may not have another land in my hand or something.
Oh, yeah.
This guy. Transcendent on the way. I got a dry Rishkar, sad boy. Oh, I could target your creatures. That's neat.
That is certainly a thing, I suppose. I know you can already fly, but this is just a draw card.
I think that's fine. Cycle,
Yeah.
1 mana to cycle. Like, that seems pretty decent.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, I'll take 2. Alright, basically just drawing a bunch of lands. Guess I'll grab a swamp. Is there a chance that you can buff your thing? Whatever, I'll risk it. Nope. Okay.
Yeah, not instant speed.
That's fine.
That would be swell. I would love if that
Hit
was
me
the
with
thing
the
I could
real
do.
swerve. Play, Forest Armadillo Cloak. All right, that's also a bit of a swerve. That's kind of brutal. Really need to draw something that doesn't suck right now. All right, my deck answered my prayers and let me draw another copy of a Tomb with Ether.
I would very much like to get a black mana source.
I don't think you're gonna need one. I'm gonna be honest. I kept
Okay.
I kept a 4-land hand, and if you count my Tomb with Aether. Oh, and a Fatal Push, I guess. Did you play that post-combat?
Yeah, it didn't really matter.
Oh,
I just
hell
needed
yeah.
to play it on my turn.
You know what I got? Oh, no, because it ticks up your guy. That's...
Oh, it does. Huh. Look at that.
Alright, well, I'm dead anyway, so... Because I drew
Okay.
all lands and Rishkars. Speaking of, get my daily quests in here.
Yeah. Your daily quest to play 4 Rishkars in the same game.
Yeah, those totally creative quests that they come up with for MTG Arena. Alright, well, I'm back on the play, huh? I guess I'll bring that guy back in. Trim one copy of this because I feel bad now. I think I can do that too. Good lord. So my side project right now, I figured I'd tell you about it while we're in between games here.
Sure.
I started working on a GameCube Totally Not emulator.
No.
It's not an emulator for legal reasons.
Yeah, no, because Nintendo might get mad.
Exactly. They've sued for less, so. But, I've been working really, really hard to calibrate my, GameCube Pro controller for my Switch on my PC.
Yeah.
Which is a lot trickier than I thought it would be, but mostly it doesn't do the diagonal directions very well.
Oh, okay.
And I'm trying to fix that, but I don't think there's a good fix, at least in the not emulator that I'm using. So.
Yeah.
Perfect mana.
What?
Never did have it. Alright, do your worst. And by that I mean concede.
Yeah.
That's a good one. It has Death Touch.
It does.
As long as it doesn't get Vigilance, I should be fine.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to get Vigilance. Unfortunately for me, I should say.
It's fine. This is
and also, I should have played that Swamp first. But, oh well.
Yeah. You live and you learn. Alright, Virtuous Gear.
Oh my god, what?
2, boom, boom, boom.
That's,
boom, submit. Bang.
Wow.
Going from
How could you?
0 to 1,000 as quickly as possible.
That's
fine. I have 8. I basically get to play like 12 copies of Hardened Scales, but I haven't seen any of them. So look at this dude with Ray of Frosts coming.
We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and just keep this Death Toucher up, assuming it doesn't get killed by a removal spell. You know.
Well, I mean, I'll trample over. You get to draw a card, but I just kind of have to do it. And, you know, there's a reason I just have to do it. It's because I have another one.
I mean, of course. I would expect nothing else.
Another one. And this one's bigger. Chunk.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm playing literally 12 Hardened Scales with the Constrictor, the Mentor, and the Hardened Scales, and I just can't see them, I guess.
So, I'm actually just gonna throw you on the... It doesn't really matter who I throw it on. I guess I'll just do Sram.
Yeah, the second thing gets to go on Light Pause, but, you know.
Yeah.
Probably can grab either the Death Touch or Lifelink one, I'm guessing. Probably Death Touch here.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going with.
Then you could trade or force me to have some kind of removal.
And
even so, it still gets the cantrip.
Haha.
Now it gets the divination. I'll take 2. Oh yeah, right on time.
Hey. That is... Oh.
No, I had it the whole time, so don't worry.
It just feels gross. Oh, I get to draw 2.
Oh shit. That's right. It's aura. It's not creatures you control. It's just when you control the aura.
Yep.
Of course it is. All right, I'll pass.
Nice. Okay.
Come on, deck.
So we will give the rune of... Actually, hold up. I'm trying to think here. I can play 3 more if I...
Just 3.
If I play Transcendent Envoy first.
Yes.
Okay.
Play the mana dork first.
Yes. So I'm going to Rune of Sustenance on Light Pause.
Seems strong. And then what? Go grab Vigilance or Flying?
All that glitters.
Oh, that also works.
Yes, because I do have a Rune of Flight.
I believe I am dead.
Yes, because I'm going to go grab another Rune of Flight.
Don't you just go grab another?
Another. Oh, I can't. Oh, I actually can't get all that glitter. It has it has to have a different name than a card that's attached to.
Oh, look at that! Should have put the all that glitters on the SRAM, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep, you got it. I mean, if you have
Yeah.
another aura to put on SRAM, then you're probably still golden. 14,
Um,
16.
do I have? I could.
Any one mana that isn't on. Yeah, you should have put that on the SRAM, and then you could have put the
Well,
other
no, no.
Sentinel's
All the
eyes.
glitters came from the deck. It had
No,
to
no,
go
no.
on my.
The Sentinel's eyes should have gone on SRAM. So then you could have
Oh
gotten
yeah,
another
you're
one
right.
to
Because
put
then
on
I could have gotten
Light Claws.
another one. That's true. That's true. And I have 16, but I need 17.
I mean, you're gonna
We'll
gain 14, so I don't think you're.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna deadweight one of your creatures.
That also does the trick. So.
We'll decline, and then we can.
Yeah, I'll take 17. Hey, Drabby
Oh my
Noobs
God.
on the board.
Oh my God! It's broken.
He did it.
The
Light
streak
Paws
is
turns
broken.
out really good.
Yeah.
That's hey, you know what? This marks you finally broke the losing streak.
Yes.
This is your first match win in competition matches in this season and the last season.
Yes.
You managed to lose the total clean sweep last season. So
Yeah.
getting one on the board's actually a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
I had a feeling of all of the weeks that this would end up being the week, because it feels very much like 3 color combination decks can go either really, really strong or really, really weak.
All right. I can play the fun deck now because even if I lose, I can lean on
Lean on your
a
favorite.
stronger deck.
Lean on the Jund. Yeah, my
Yeah.
Abzan fight rigging deck.
That was awesome.
Sadly, I ran out of rares, so like there was
Yeah.
only one fight rigging. There'd probably be like 3 copies of fight rigging in the deck if I wasn't playing on a budget. But this deck, I believe this deck. Does this deck have a companion? No, it just has a shitload of one-ofs. That's right.
Yeah, I big fan of fight rigging, so Oh my God, no lands, instant keep. But for real though, let's do this. Okay.
All right.
Let's. Okay, that's rough, but I think it's playable.
All right. It's my Mardu deck. Jasper Sentinel. Sucks. Probably could have mulliganed one more time thinking about it, but this probably would have been a good hand on the draw, but not to play. Oh, this is your teamer deck. Okay.
It is the teamer deck, and
Actually, I suppose this could technically still be Jund. Like,
It could technically still be Jund.
well, I got 2 mana here.
I'm just gonna go in.
Send it. Feeling pretty hurt by my deck right now. I have a distinct.
Cascading Cataracts. Okay. Look
I mean,
who
I think
to
I'm
the
gonna lose
party.
this game just because I haven't drawn a red mana, and I didn't feel I could mulligan the hand I had.
Mm-hmm.
But you're just firing it all. The Modern Age.
Wow. Okay. Well.
Isika's Chariot. Okay, so you're just like the standard. Oh my god.
What?
The technically correct thing for me to do right now is just to concede, but I'll play it out for the people's sake, I guess. What can I grab from my deck that doesn't fucking suck? I guess I can grab
Ooh.
yeah, I'll take that.
Ooh. Okay.
Well, I mean, if I'm not gonna draw a red mana, I have
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
grab something
Okay.
I can actually
Probably not gonna need
fucking
to
cast.
another Magda. And obviously we're just
Oh my
gonna.
gosh. Yeah, I'm guessing your mythic rare is Goldspan Dragon, right?
It is in fact. But there is something else going on in this deck, and we'll see if you actually get to see it.
Like how you're just playing like literally a standard deck.
Yeah, a standard deck plus a couple
Yeah, I'm just gonna concede. This game's long.
Drabby / Bard additions.
Jesus
um,
Christ.
So it's looking to me like I actually did not see all that much.
No, you saw I
so-
cast 1 spell, so
Yeah, and then you revealed another. So
yeah.
I guess just that. I think these two. I actually don't value this all that much, and we can probably go down that. If we don't end up seeing the spice, I will reveal it, but I am
Okay. There. The one thing I will say about this color combination is that this is actually probably the most powerful deck I built.
okay.
It just suffers really hard from, if it doesn't draw its mana, then it fucking
Yeah.
loses.
Makes
Yet
sense.
it also plays 26 lands. Like, this hand, I have a good hand, but it has fucking 3 uncastable cards in it. But I think I keep it, because, like... Alright, I got red mana this time, that's why.
Yeah, speaking of red mana,
Red mana is my most important mana.
Cabaretti. Let's go.
Okay, well, that's not the ticket to success I hope it was going to be.
Jeez. Okay. I think this is fine. I think I'm just gonna worst case scenario gets killed, but it's not actually vital to the deck.
Well, worst case scenario, I could cast spells, so.
Oh,
But,
shoot.
I am in a position again where I cannot, so.
Okie doke. So I guess we'll Modern Age. And we'll discard Sky Turtle.
Right on time.
How could you? Okay.
Play into this negate.
No. Okay. Wow. I guess I'll... Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there it is. I mean, I knew it was coming, so I can't.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not surprised. Does check abilities targeting it too?
No.
Target of a spell. Okay.
Not abilities. Wow. And it's until it leaves the battlefield? Jeez. That...
Yeah, it's
really
basically just a banishing light, but it can only target artifacts or creatures.
Okay, well that makes me sad.
I mean...
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm having to play defense right now, like
yeah,
in the worst way. So, I think you're just fine.
Yeah, no, I'm in a good spot. So I'll get that second red in case I draw another one. But what have we got here? Okay. I could, for the absolute memes, do that, but there's no reason to other than memes. Yep. Whoa, fires of adventure.
Yeah, this is Mardu Fires.
Oh, wow, okay.
Oh, don't worry, you haven't even seen the spice yet. Believe it or not, like, you haven't even, I haven't drawn well enough to show you everything this deck's actually capable of. Which feels really bad, because this deck actually does a lot of really powerful stuff.
Okay. Yikes. Well, I mean, I guess I just chip in, yeah.
You're on, like, the teamer value plan over here?
Yes. I'm on the ultimate value plan.
And I'm just gonna jam it, and if you have a counter spell, I guess. Either.
I mean, it's not a counter spell, but
Yeah, I'll put that on top. I'm steadily dying to these vector gliders, but like, I've got time.
I'm actually kind of in a situation where I want to get back the Waker of Waves.
Oh, sure. Yeah, because you're, what, one land off of casting it, right?
Yes.
So, and you got 2 hits at a land.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll discard this. I did get a land, but it's
tap
one of
land.
these. So.
Sure.
Yeah, I need a second blue, so.
Gain a life. It's gonna be important.
All right.
And assuming this thing isn't just getting countered again.
No, no. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna start doing the stuff that I can do here.
Okay.
I already got a
Okay.
cascading cataracts.
That's entirely fair.
What else do I want to grab here? What did I keep in my deck for that? Okay, I did. Alright, I'll grab this.
All right. Sure. Let's Waker.
I grabbed the ever powerful Axe Guard Armory.
I guess I'll grab that. That's not like amazing, but
this deck did a lot of ambitious things.
all right. Well, here we go.
Oh, you're a Temur God Pharaoh's gift deck. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna lose. There's no way I can win here.
Because fun fact, Izuka's Chariot can double the tokens from God Pharaoh's gift.
Oh, I suppose it can it? Okay, well, to one target artifact, enchantment, instant, sorcery.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it literally does not matter. I am dead. But, right, because you can just grab another Sky Turtle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I drew like shit and died twice, so. Feels about right for this Mardu deck. Well,
Oh, yeah.
I inherited your curse
Oh, shit.
this week. And drew like absolute ass and lost. Oofda. Brutal. And then the 1 week that it doesn't give me an advantage for the next week.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, do you want... Well, we did that again. Like, I joked and we did it in 30 minutes. So, do you want to play
Oh,
out
yeah,
our
that's
last
true.
match?
That's true. When we hit the like 20-minute mark after the first match, I'm like, yeah, this is gonna go all right. And then
Yep, and then mulligan to 6, keep a hand, never draw red mana. Lose horrendously. I do want to retry that Mardu deck.
yeah, no, absolutely.
Because I grabbed an Axe Guard Armory. There is a suite of spells I can go and grab with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's you sack it to go and get an equipment or aura from your deck. And since I'm not spending mana to cast my spells,
Oh, that's hilarious. I think
Yeah.
I have 61 cards in my deck.
that is funny.
Because I'm looking at my deck list. I'm like, why is Broken Wings in the main board?
I think I can keep this.
Yeah, this is sketchy, but surprise, it's Jun Food.
Wow, no way. When has it ever not been Jun Food?
I mean,
He wonders.
oh look, it's the Broken Wings. You better watch out.
Hey, that's actually really good against me.
That's okay.
That's the funny part, right? Because Broken Wings is target creature with flying or enchantment, right?
And artifact or artifact.
Alright, you can target this artifact if you want.
Oh shoot.
Take that. That's actually really funny that you randomly have a card that fucking destroys my whole thing.
Yeah,
here.
just as like, just because I friggin' screwed up my sideboard or my deck building. Yeah. I am drawing a lot of lands, but I had that Fable, so that helps.
That definitely does a lot of work here.
Yeah. Ledger Shredder. The creature with flying. Okay. Yeah. I do think I'm in a position, though, where I want to just make a food, so... I can always just sorcery speed this.
I mean, I think that's perfectly fine.
I'm about to get a reflection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ziator's proving ground.
So I will just, I'll just Broken Wings. This is where you have the God's Willing.
Oh no, my deck ain't that cool.
Okay.
But I will kill your 2/2.
Yeah, that's entirely fair. And then we will Fable again.
Ah, seems so good. It's fair. Fable's like one of the best cards in Magic right now, so.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Gotta say.
All right, deck. Can you just like let me not fucking?
I'll be honest. Even in the decks that don't need to play Fable, I always just second guess myself. Like, should I just be playing Fable?
Honestly, that's a thing. It's just like, and we see it a lot in a lot of deck building. I do think it's a card that gets a little overplayed, but it's like it's still good enough that like even when it's maybe not exactly correct to be playing it, it's still good.
Yeah.
Like, because it's really interesting and like especially when you look in older formats, like Modern, it's really neat because it's competing with like Seasoned Pyromancer.
Mm-hmm.
But it also does something just uniquely different enough from Seasoned Pyromancer that it, I'll chump block. Not afraid of you. Alright, deck. 7% just to win this game next turn. Alright, that ain't gonna do it. Alright, Ginger Brute.
Oh.
Swiftwater Cliffs. Pass. God, that Ledger Shredder would have been doing so much work if it hadn't been hit with that main deck Broken Wings.
Right. That's a heck of a thing.
Yeah, it is what it is, but
yeah, because like I have fatal pushes, but I obviously didn't draw them.
you know, that's nuts. So I'm only playing. Oh, that seems good. I'm playing like 20 lands in this deck, and I've managed to. I'm also, I guess, I'm playing 4 Traveler's Amulets, but that seems strong with Corvold.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I like the lands in general, but especially with Corvold here.
Just the ability. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I have approximately 0% chance to win this game at this point, but I'll play it out. Yeah, it also is going to trigger off that reflection.
Dying, yeah.
Yeah. Seems strong.
Oop.
Yeah, no, it just hit tag with the goose. It's fine. Just get a bunch of permanents that say draw a card on them. You have a cat to just draw a card at instant speed. Seems good.
There's also, this is another deck that has exactly one. Ooh, okay. There's exactly one piece of spice in here that I would like to see, but I don't think what?
Yeah, okay. This is a combo deck, and sadly, I'm probably never gonna draw the card I need, so I'm just gonna play.
Do you want to see something wild?
It's another copy of Broken Wings.
No.
Oh, you're just gonna draw like 4 cards. Seems strong.
Wow. Okay. All right. Oh no.
Yeah, I think you're gonna be fine.
You know what? You might be correct. I have a feeling
Make a
that's
copy of Mayhem Devil. No, that's also fair. Not make 2 copies of that. That's gonna make 3 foods, conveniently killing this Hinata. Just gonna. Should you just kill me in the air because I can't block the Corvold?
right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah, you
8,
got
9,
4
10,
more
11, 12,
triggers
13, 14.
and
Okay,
yeah,
so
I can't block
no,
all 3 of the 2/2s.
yeah, no, I don't know why the broken wings is in there because I have a full 15 in the sideboard, so I don't know what's going on there.
It's okay, Bard. You can just bad beats me. It's all right.
Well, yeah, I mean it turned out pretty clutch, but I did not intend it to be in there, so I'm like wondering what happened. Wow. Crazy. Okay. Hinata.
Yeah, one of these days I'll get one of my decks to actually like function.
Yeah. In there.
That's definitely yeah. That's what it Just like bunch of games like there I flooded pretty bad.
Mhm.
Is what it is. I suppose it's gonna happen, but I did keep.
Yeah,
I
no,
kept a 1 lander that game.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I kept Plains Traveler's Amulet, and I'm like, this is fine. You know, it's a little slow, but my ideal keep is 2 lands. But yeah, like 2 lands, and then I think I drew 5 more.
What is the last one? I don't. Okay. Cannot have more than 15 cards in the sideboard. Yeah, I had a 61 card deck. Okay. So I just randomly had a Broken Wings in there for no reason.
Might have been a maybe card that got snuck in. Forgotten.
Yeah, probably what happened. Since I'm on the draw, this is probably fine. Oh, getting in with the Ginger Brute.
Hell yeah.
Brutal. This would be absolute wild where I'll draw a swamp and then I can cast this Cauldron Familiar, right? Right?
Would be strong.
I would like it. Oh, okay. Gilded Goose is basically the same as Cauldron Familiar, right? So
Something like that. Alright.
or as sorry, not Cauldron. Yeah.
It's same as the swamp.
Yeah, it's same as a swamp, right?
Well, don't mind if I do.
Wow. Two mana, give your opponent a food.
Boom.
In this situation, at least.
It's fine.
Oh.
It means this glass casket's free sack fodder to Voltage Surge.
Oh, heck yeah. Right on time.
Boom. Oh yeah, that feels about right. I'm just a Ledger Shredder beatdown deck. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
You got a lot of food tokens over there.
I do. I think
No, that's fair.
yeah, it's gonna be the thing I want to be doing right now.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
Yep, feels about right. Drawn way too many lands this match. I've got.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
69, 69% to draw anything that isn't a fucking land. It'd be real cool if it came in clutch right about now.
All right. Well, I don't like that. That makes me sad.
What's gonna make you even sadder is that I debated you.
Oh my
Put
lord.
that kitty cat, putting him not quite 6 feet under, but
yeah. Well, shoot.
Put that cat on display.
Yikes. Okay, well, I can only discard one because the other card's too good. Oh, perfect. Another land.
I get that feeling.
Yup.
I mean, to be fair though, yeah, like you have that, like you're gonna get to find a bunch of cards here.
Yeah.
So, and you can just start sacking these for life, realistically, like.
Yes. So, I think.
Like, I think an untapped land here, and you're golden. Yep, there it is.
Yeah. So, I should be fine. I mean, if you're gonna do that, I'll just do this.
I think you do that anyway, but if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, I mean that's probably correct. Jeez.
Yeah, this is a deck that I should have probably been playing Reflection.
Yeah.
But ultimately,
it does feel bad when like Reflection is just so good in the situation that you feel like you have to play it though.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's fine. Yeah, I'm about 0.5% to draw what I need to draw here.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's bad though. Like you're still blanking my last couple of combat steps.
That's fair.
Because like, you're probably one Corvold away from this game ending.
Yeah, the Mayhem Devil might help as well. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, let's do it now.
Oh, fuck. I skipped right past.
All right.
Yeah.
You could have held that up there.
Yeah, and
yeah, should have held it up.
I was so tilted. I just
went to attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's make a copy of it during my end step.
Yeah.
Can I draw something that isn't a goddamn land for once? Really appreciate it. It's fine. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die next turn, or come very, very close to it, to the point where it doesn't matter.
Right.
So you're gaining, like, you're up to 12, and you're virtually at 15.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm taking at least 6 this turn.
Yeah, I honestly think I just...
Yeah, you copy this, attack me for 6. Yep. You can sack a food to look for a cat.
Oh yeah, that's true. I was
you can at least do 1, and that puts me to 13, and then I think a cat just like pretty well seals the deal here.
I mean,
that also doesn't help, but
I don't think I want to be casting it right now though.
No, you don't need to yet.
Yeah, and then they'll
Just-
both trigger.
Yep. Of course, I drew a goddamn land.
Wow.
Well, I think at this point, okay, so I'm either going to, I lose if I do nothing, so I'll do this. This is where that is going to be right on top of my library, right?
Okay.
If you have Hinata, it's 2 mana, put all your artifacts
Yeah.
back into
I
play.
like that.
But,
I like that a lot.
You know,
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to.
it's fine. I'm going to exile Hinata with the synthesizer. It's like the last one.
Oh, yeah.
You should have done your food thing first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm dead though, so it doesn't really make a huge difference. Yeah. Because then you could have killed this other ginger brew for free.
Yeah. I think somewhere in my mind I was gonna cycle this land that's in my hand.
I'll point out, you were at one point, like, all the way down to 4 life.
Yeah.
That
is
I can't emphasize that enough here. Alright, cast a spell.
I don't have one.
Joke's on you, you didn't sack the food pre-combat. Got him.
Yeah. Wow. I am, so embarrassed. Truly. I'm gonna blame work. Work is,
You're good. This game is about 8 trillion light years done, so... Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Boom! Just do this now
Wow.
while I'm at it. And just concede with that on the stack. Let's draw all of the lands. My 20 land deck shit on me, but my 26 land deck also shit on me. It's for different
yeah, no,
reasons.
you really absorbed the curse here this week.
Yeah, apparently. Alright, I want to try and play that Mardu deck one more time.
Sure.
So I think
sure.
that's the best put together deck that I brought today.
Is there any of my 3 you wanted to play?
Not the Jund Food deck. I feel like that's...
Okay.
So that deck's almost just straight up regular Jund Food, looking at it.
Yeah, it's, I think the only difference really is Ziatora.
And those decks don't even really play it all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, you're
Ziatora,
playing Ziatora?
I am playing Ziatora.
Like a singleton?
Yes, because
Yeah.
if you make a big Corvold, you can sack it in the end to just finish them off.
Yeah, it's like a fling, but it's also, like, just good on its own.
Yes.
Because even just, like, sacking, like, you know, the Goblin Shaman to deal 2, you get 3 treasures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Boggles or Gift?
Up to you.
Okay, I'm gonna bring Gift. It's my favorite. It's my favorite of the 3.
That's fair. That's the same matchup this deck played. Yeah, assuming I don't draw like total shit, I do think I stand a chance here. Okay, whatever. Honestly,
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad matchup for you. I think it's just you got the beats.
Yeah, I just never drew my colors, which is weird because this deck actually plays the most dual lands and plays ways to fix its mana, despite being. Yes, I'm sure I want to target my own Cascading Cataracts.
Oh, nice.
Well, I look like a goddamn plebeian. I got that right there, but I'm gonna need this to do that next turn. Okay.
The best ramp spell ever printed.
It's really good. I decided when I was playing Mardu, like, I figured, I'm like, you know what we haven't featured yet on the channel? This. And, like, this is really powerful, so.
Yeah.
Alright, play a Moonblast Cleric. Also, I've been playing a lot of Boros Fires in Explorer.
Okay.
And it plays this Moonblast Cleric card, and it plays a little package that goes along with it.
Okay.
And it seems really, really strong. If you can, set it up right, but... I think here, I'm just gonna grab this. Yeah, like
oh, wow.
Yeah, you get.
I got punished.
Ooh, did you?
I should have cracked the treasure last turn to get the Jaspera Sentinel because I just drew Magda.
I think you probably should have done that anyway, right? Because you still have a mana.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause
well.
it's like a mana neutral play.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Sure.
We draw that. Okay, I think the turtle has to go in this situation.
I could have played that differently now that I think about it. Alright, I've got Axgard Armory, Fires of Invention, the Eldest Reborn.
Ooh. I
It's
mean,
fine. It's not honestly, it's not all that like great against you. But
no.
I'm gonna do the thing that's good, that does something.
Wow. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I think we gotta get. What do I need here? I'm gonna get rid of this land. We will play
Yep, got the combo.
the old legendary dwarf.
I like the twist you went with on this deck, where it's just like you're not like an all-in God Pharaoh's Gift deck, but you're like you have this kind of robust ramp strategy. So it's like, what's a good payoff, and that's just where it's settled ultimately.
Yeah.
Each opponent discards a card. What are you gonna discard? A mountain.
Well, and the fact that Magda can search God Pharaoh's Gift is always
Oh yeah, for an artifact. Look at that. I always forgot it had that clause.
Yep. Can search for an artifact. That also gets the Issaka's Chariot. So
Yeah. It's my main deck, Lion Sash.
yeah.
It's a fun of.
Fun of.
Well, I have Axgard Armory, so I can tutor my deck for equipment cards.
I mean, you aren't really spending mana on anything, so.
That is correct.
Yep.
Alright, now I'm going to play the other thing.
Wow. Alright.
Alright, well, unfortunately, I can only discard one card to him.
Number of land cards in your graveyard. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's time to get aggressive, baby. Like,
yeah, that's, Yep.
No, I don't think the... yeah, the Lion Sash can't attack. It can't grow any bigger, right?
I think... Yikes.
Oh,
okay,
no, if it's
well,
just a permanent card, it grows bigger. Yeah, so I could have attacked with Lion Sash.
yeah,
Sure.
just a permanent. It's... what have you. I mean, I'll just do this. I'll mitigate some of the damage for now. The Lion Sash pretty much guarantees that God Pharaoh's Gift is dead on arrival.
It's not doing anything. Also, I have an Eldest Reborn that's going to ring-animate that Colossal Sky Turtle if you don't, so...
Yeah. That's
So you either have to do it, and then I eat it with the Lion Sash, which I think is probably the more sustainable play anyway.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I can't let you have the turtle.
So this is... Oh, that's right. This thing doesn't even target.
Nope.
Right, let's do it now, then. There's no reason to wait. Brutal. Alright, Reborn down. How dead are you? I think you're dead.
Likely.
I could get rid of at least that, right? So yeah, I think I just do this.
And like none of the Cavaliers were bad, were they? Like there were some
No,
that were...
they were some of them. Cavalier of Knight's pretty terrible.
Is
But
it?
Yeah, it's fine, and like Cavalier of Dawn is also fine, but like they're not
Yeah.
amazing. Right.
Okay, so even
Who's
if I
gonna?
block this, yeah, I was gonna say like even if I block the biggest
I'm just
creature.
gonna flicker your guy out of my way anyway. So.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, there you go. There you have it.
Yeah, told you it can do powerful things.
Yeah.
So you have to not draw like ass. Like. All right. I do think my last sideboard plan was actually good though.
Okay. Sure.
You know, there's some really sick plays that I've built into this deck, and I really wanted to just be able to.
Okay.
Get it in there, but.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is the best hand I've seen all night. It actually like plays a functioning game of Magic, which is apparently a much bigger ask than I had realized in deck building.
Be getting. Oh, not a mountain. Wrong land.
Oh yeah, it's a broker's hideout. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, right on time even.
Wow.
Right off the top, baby. I'll grab one of these bad boys. Pass the turn.
Alright.
Look at this dude.
I'm not drawing anything else worthwhile, so.
Alright, well, I'll just exile this guy.
Wow.
I learned my lesson during our last budget battle that this card's probably better than I give it credit for. I'll take that. That's still a win to me.
Yeah. Yeah, Cry is real good.
It's a card that I always forget about, but
yeah.
It is really strong, as it turns out. So that gives you've got a lot of mana going on over there, right? 4, 5, 6, land is 7, so it's a little scary. Alright, well, it's definitely this. I think it's just this. Take Golos. Take action.
Golos. Fires.
Yeah, it's a tale as old as time. I actually think this card's going to come in handy against you. I think that's the one I'm going to grab. Yep. Great Hall of Starnheim, baby.
Wow.
Spell lands with your Fires of Invention. Gotta use that mana for something. Like blocking Goldspan Dragons. Which I don't even think is profitable at this point, but hey. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oof. Yeah.
Ooh, I actually don't have the appropriate mana to activate Axeguard Armory. That's a little frustrating. I will activate this, though, and make a 4-4. Well, that's right, I have to sacrifice another creature. I'm not prepared for that. Let me go to combat first. Now I am prepared for it.
Flying and vigilance.
Boom. 1.
Oh, and a creature you control. Wow.
Yeah, it's not entirely free to play, but like, you know.
Yeah. Still.
I'll take a 4/4
Okay.
with flying and vigilance, realistically. Basically, in this matchup, the idea was that the reason why I went and grabbed one, even though I had one in my hand, was that like anything that Godfarrell's gift is gonna make is gonna be a 4/4.
Yeah.
So like this will just trade with the token, and luckily I have plays in my deck like that card Reconstruct History. Can grab my
Yeah.
Golos out of my graveyard, so like sacrificing something like Golos isn't bad.
You have that cry in hand, and I'm just like, yep.
Speaking of crying, like I actually am not gonna block.
Okay.
Cause then it's in the graveyard and it's actually a bigger threat in the graveyard.
And then I just friggin' ninjutsu you. Boom.
Alright, well I suppose I attack first. Yeah, that would be hilarious where you ninjutsu my ass, like. Ooh, that's pretty brutal. Alright, well.
I mean, yeah. Well, there's no reason not to.
Yeah. Play the Golos again.
Yep. Go, Golos. Mr. Cunningham.
Oh, Al texted you?
Yeah.
Been meaning to hit that guy up one of these days.
He rated. He sent me one of them hashtag relatable memes.
Ah. Well, if it's coming
Wow.
from him, I imagine it's totally relatable.
It was something about it's like it's that meme of the guy who's like super buff, and they're like, oh, how'd you get like that? Every time I get imposter syndrome, I do one push-up.
So sadly, I just realized that Mike killed my own goal and exiled it. Cry the Carnarium checks afterwards.
Yep.
Forgot.
Yeah, before and after.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
For the whole turn.
Not the end of the world, realistically. I think I'm just down to play this since I drew it. I was gonna tutor it, but
Oof. Yeah.
as it turns out,
That's pretty good.
I don't think there's a way for me to do both of these things, right? Yeah, I'll just have to. What happens if I do that? Taps me off of white mana? That's not good. Alright. Oh, I should have equipped, but.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Should have dealt more damage, but. It's fine. I'll hold that up.
Okay. Okay.
So got 3 white mana, so.
I am, interesting. Okay, well.
Well, I mean, you're gaining a lot of life, and if you draw
yeah.
Magda, like, now you can just, like, tutor out whatever you want.
Yeah, instant chariot or goldspan. Though, honestly, in this situation, it's probably chariot.
You know what's great about this land is that it's instant speed.
Yeah. As opposed to the other ones. Or a
I'm gonna show you an Ember.
And or equipment.
Show you an Ember.
And or equipment. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I could have grabbed an aura, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot that it does that.
Yeah, you have more than enough lands to get that to be a 9/9, right? Yeah.
No, I am out of white mana. So you gotta pay a white.
Oh, okay.
But I am going to make it like an 8.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Boom.
That is pretty
that cost
good.
reduction. And I have lifelink on it, so.
That's yeah. All right, all right. Sure. Oh, good. Another Godfarrow's gift.
Well, if you have
that is all the copies that I have because I sided some out.
Wow.
So let's all right.
That's the match. Well, the Mardu
Yeah.
deck proved that it can at least function,
Yes.
given that it draws its colors of mana. But yeah, the Jeskai deck was the one I really toiled over. But it's just like Jeskai's a color combination that, like, if you're gonna go into its actual themes, like, it's gonna push you out of your budget like super fast. So sadly, not realistic. But hey, Drabby Oops, you won an episode of the budget battle. How do you feel?
I did. It's
Feeling good and validated now?
yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Nice surprise.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's the only birthday present I got you. But all right. Well, it's been a wild season where we've had some
Yeah.
really fun-looking decks. So, but now it comes down to Drabby Noobs is next week is the season finale for season
Yes.
4. Now, no spinner wheel for this next episode, but there is a condition. Instead of just picking any of our decks, we have to pick 3, and it has to be 1 from each week.
Yes.
And then we will battle it out. Same style that we always do, where we battle out the full match. Best best of 3 matches, right?
Yep.
Can't play a deck that's won twice, at least in the competition match.
Yep.
Or super match. And I'm looking forward. I can already imagine which ones you plan on bringing, but it's really hard to say because a lot of these normally we go to our comfort decks in the season finale, the ones we really liked, but I imagine it's going to be a little more all over the place.
Yeah, no, for
one.
sure.
Yeah. So I'll tell you right now. Out of my 3 color decks, I'm probably bringing the Mardu or Abzan deck.
Okay.
It's the Jeskai deck. I don't think there's a good way to do budget Jeskai. Like,
no,
I thought about doing something with the God Pharaoh's gift, but then I'm just like, the same problem arises of like you run out of rares really fast.
yeah.
It turns out, but that is definitely also a theme that was on my mind because it's been a little while since we featured the God Pharaoh's gift.
Yeah.
But it is one of our favorite cards because I think in the historic seasons I think each of us played at least one God Pharaoh's gift.
Yeah, and I was honestly gonna do it in the Esper deck, and then I was like, but wait a minute, Issachel's Chariot.
Yeah, I like that with Chariot, especially because it's all combat. Like all the abilities are happening in combat, so it's like the timing lines up really well.
Yeah.
So I really like that Teamer deck. I like that you're able to take the shell of the Teamer Treasures deck from Standard, which is very relevant in a budget sense, because chances are is if you want to be playing Arena, you want to be playing multiple formats, including Standard. So being able to take the shell of a Standard deck and be like, well, this also can do other things in other formats. Because I do think cards like... I think Magda is a card, both in Pioneer and Explorer, that is... due for more play.
Yeah.
Like Lord forbid when we have Springleaf Drum.
Yeah.
With that card, which we have that in Explorer, but there's just currently at least not a whole lot of decks for it. There are some Jeskai Ascendancy decks that play that combo. As well as I've seen ones that do Jasper Sentinel with Magda, because then every spell you cast, every 1 mana spell makes 2 mana. But you also have ones where if you target Magda with Retraction Helix, and you have a Mox Amber, you can make infinite mana and make infinite treasure, so you can get all the dragons and artifacts out of your deck.
Oh, that's true. Geez.
Yeah, because you make infinite treasure. So, like, there's definitely some neat card. Like, Magda seems like such a unique card that I can't... Because, like, you also featured it in your mono red deck earlier this season.
Yes.
And that was probably, like, the one, like, the really good deck that we really liked coming out of this, the first episode.
Yeah, and it's funny enough, because in the 2-color week, I didn't pick a red deck. And honestly, I think MVP card of the season for me is Magda.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. Just the package of Magda and Goldspan, just in general.
Yeah, seems like it's a really good place to put your wild cards just in general, because obviously they're multi-format played
Yeah.
cards, especially if you're focusing just on standard and explorer. But it definitely feels like Goldspan Dragon is a card that's good enough that it will
Yeah.
only probably get better. Because there are like is it dragons decks that exist in Pioneer. They've gotten a
Hmm.
little weaker, but like when we start getting more Pioneer cards, especially like you already have cards like Dragon's Fire. You will
Hmm.
get Silumgar's Scorn,
We
Foul Tongue
also,
Invocation. A bunch of like dragon
yeah.
themed cards. So powerful dragon definitely has room to be really good. Now and later.
Yeah, obviously Goldspan Dragon can be comboed with, and it's a bit over
Yes.
the top compared to some past dragons, but
Hmm.
it's a powerful enough card that has combos that isn't so busted that you're gonna expect it to be banned, right?
No, I doubt that it'll be
And
banned.
it's
If it would be banned, it would have been in standard. Uh,
yeah, and it's it
and
it
like
definitely
maybe it gets banned at Pioneer at some point, but I'd have to imagine
Mhm.
that's not because of Goldspan Dragon.
No.
It's because they're probably banning it to weaken something else that comes out
Yeah,
in a
and I
future set that really.
so I mean Goldspan Dragon follows a long legacy of just fair dragons for 5 mana.
Oh, for sure. Well, we saw when we were playing on Tuesday when we did the gauntlet with Rakdos Sacrifice, the Rakdos mid range deck plays Glorybringer,
Yeah.
which is another 5 mana 4/4 dragon with abilities.
Yep.
That's a classic design template, and honestly, it is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I think they've all been hits at least in standard. Thundermaw,
Hmm.
Stormbreath Dragon, Glorybringer, Goldspan. They've all been good. There's
Yeah.
probably a couple in there that I didn't list that sucked.
Yeah.
But like they're all very good cards that have seen play, and specifically, well, even when Stormbreath Dragon is eventually on the platform, it is a card that sees play in Pioneer. Having
Yeah.
protection from white is a pretty big deal in your like red black decks, because cards like Devout Decree so being super effective against you. But yeah, I think Goldspan's a perfect example of a card that people should keep on their radars. And if you don't have them, get them, play them, and
Yeah.
probably don't have to worry about it going anywhere. I think it'll be a card that maybe at some point gets pushed out, or like you start playing less copies in future
Hmm.
decks. But you know, anywhere where there's going to be interaction with it's going to be good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, Drabby Noops, next week is the season finale. So I
Yeah.
suppose it's probably we got time. What do you want to do for our next season?
Ooh, that's so. I gotta say, we've seen a little bit of the preview of what they wanna give us for the Alchemy Horizons Baldur's Gate.
Can't wait to waste wild cards on those cards.
And I know we were like, oh, once that releases, we should have a season with it.
So far,
I
my opinion is that all of these cards would suck in historic.
yeah, I've
Like,
I'm looking at the cards and I appreciate a lot of what they're trying to do design wise. I do. But I don't look at this and go, ah, yes, I'm motivated to play these cards in a historic setting. Like I'm not.
well, well, yeah, because like we're looking at it here. Like I got the spoilers on my one monitor. It's just
Yep.
like, oh, this is a 5 mana 4/4 that when he enters, you gain control of target artifact or it's a threaten that's slightly bigger
Yep.
than Acclaim the Firstborn, and then it has specialize. So it's like some
Yeah.
of these cards are just like this is a 3 mana 2/2 already unplayable, specialized for 3, but only if you have 6 or more lands. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, you seek a land with a basic land type. So it draws a land with basic land type, but that doesn't put it into play. Uh,
Which one is that specialized
that
one?
is Lucamina Moon Druid.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they it's not in their card image gallery. That
Oh, it
was one
is.
that was.
It is on Goldfish.
Oh, it is on
Yeah,
Goldfish. Okay, yeah,
Goldfish.
that one was spoiled today.
Yeah,
one
But
of the
yeah, there's
people
a bunch of
behind.
cards in here that the more I read them, it like okay, so here's so Lucamina can turn into like a crocodile.
Yeah.
It turns into a thing that unspecializes it and then puts it back on the battlefield, but it doesn't trigger the other ability because it checks on cast. Prosper, Tasha. I am excited to play Tasha. She had her
Okay, yeah.
static ability taken away, but whatever.
They've also no, they just straight up changed her.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, she has 3 abilities. She only had 2 before.
Yeah, she had 2 in a static.
I do like her +1. That's just a better
Let's take a peek here.
Jace. The
So if you cast a spell you don't own, create a 3/3. Yeah, so hers is whenever a creature attacks you or Tasha, put a -1. Yeah, it is just just a better architect. I thought she also costs 1 less.
No, Architect was 4, right?
No. Like then her normal.
Oh, the new one. Yeah.
-2. Target opponent puts a creature card of their choice from their graveyard onto the battlefield of your control. It gains Ward 2. Okay. So at least some of her theme transferred over. Target opponent reveals cards to the top of their library until they reveal 3 creatures. Just put those onto the battlefield, put the rest in the graveyard. Okay, I mean that's like a fine card.
Yeah.
That's probably the best card I've read so far. At least most playable card. But it's still a blue-black planeswalker. Like it's gonna be competing with like Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, which is a big ask. Like. Though in a Dimir deck, she's probably good.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. And maybe something with a +1 or -1/-1 theme as well.
Yeah.
So like you get rewarded for -1/-1 encounters, so you're trying to like make your opponent not want like the thing that makes it like an insect every time a -1/-1 encounter goes on a creature.
Interesting.
So it's like, okay, if your opponent wants to attack you, they're going to get -1/-1 encounters, and you're going to get blockers. So you're basically just fading combat.
Got to love that there is a Altar of Ball spoiler, but we don't. It's Korean, so we don't have. But their translation only shows the Oracle text of specifically Altar of Ball and not its adventure.
Oh yeah,
but it does look different than.
We do know. We do know that we are getting the paper abilities of Monster Manual, but it already comes with an alchemy nerf where it's only sorcery for its put a creature into battlefield ability.
Okay, yeah, because their spoiler that they have at least here is just it like wholesale normal.
Yeah.
But like yeah. That's fine. Yeah, looking at these spoilers, though, yeah, there's not a whole lot of cards here that make me scream, oh, look at that, a portable hole reprint.
Yeah,
How
exciting.
I'm so glad that we put all that thought into it. But, yeah, none of these cards seem like they're going to be super impactful so far. I'm sure we'll play some of them, like, in the budget battle setting, but, like, I imagine it would be, like, Viconia is probably, like, the one that comes to mind. Because she's like reasonably costed.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the other mono green. Oh, we got the other mono-colored gates. Yeah, they just all do the exact same thing and are mono-colored.
Oh, dude, that's dumb.
We got a 2-mana 2/1 with double team at common.
Yeah, that's
actually not unreasonable. It's also a human, which is a relevant creature type.
Yeah.
So like that seems fine. Seems really good with like Thalia's Lieutenant. That's just more reprints. Oh, here we go. Alchemy versions of Monster Manual. Yep, activate only as a sorcery. They also changed, looks like Earthquake Dragon.
Oh, look at that. What is the change?
Good question.
Let's pull them both up and see.
Version.
X less to cast for X the total mental, not named Earthquake Dragon. Oh, okay. They just made it they just made it better actually. They made it worse. Sorry. It's Earthquake Dragon says dragons you control not named Earthquake Dragon. So Earthquake
You
Dragon,
can't chain them together.
yeah,
That makes sense, because in Commander, that literally doesn't matter unless there's like an exact token copy of the card.
yeah.
But
So
in 1v1 play, so it's less of a nerf and more of like this card was designed differently for different formats.
yeah, it was designed for Commander, but it's being put into a 60 card.
Yeah. Can I just say that I hate speaking like this, but I fucking hate this set. Like, I hate it, not for the cards that are in it or anything like that, but just like the fact that it exists. Like, I hate the fact that we're getting Alchemy Horizon. I would be fine with another Historic Horizons set. I think Historic Horizons is fine. I think Alchemy Horizons is like, we already knew Alchemy was a cash grab format. It's just standard that costs more.
Yeah.
And now we're adding in, like, not only additional mini sets, but almost a whole extra set worth of cards. And it's just like, all you're doing is, I get that you're trying to make these formats different. But, like, I don't think Alchemy is solving any of the problems or giving anybody what they actually... Because I'm struggling. I was very open-minded going into Alchemy. And I gave it the old college try, and I tried to be positive about it. But, like, the more it goes on, it has all of the same problems every other format does, where they don't change things fast enough. Mm-hmm. Like, in Standard, they would ban cards if there was a problem and the format was sucking. But in Alchemy, it's like they let cards just be fucking miserable to play against for like way too long. So like they're even refusing to do the thing that the format was meant to do.
Oh yeah,
but it's like, who is this format for?
Like,
that's what I'm not understanding anymore. Like,
that was an early criticism of Historic too, right? Because they're like, oh yeah, we're making it a digital only format so we can quickly modify cards.
Well, that happened when Alchemy came out.
Okay.
They had mentioned that they were interested in doing that, but weren't sure how to implement it. And then when Alchemy came out, they started rebalancing cards.
Yeah.
And then we got shit like 4-mana Teferi Time Raveler and whatnot, which is fine, but you know, it's like but yeah, they also just refuse to take action on Historic when Historic's bad. Mm-hmm. Like, they let Memory Lapse just be legal for way too long, and like that card doesn't fall within the category of cards they're willing to nerf because it's a classic Magic card. But no, I like, honestly, as Alchemy has gone on, it's like I don't even know who the format's for, because casual players sure as shit ain't playing it. That's not reflective in the play rates that at least that we have available to us. Now, to be fair, I also think that the people who use things like Untapped, which is the most public data we have for play rates, are the least likely to play Alchemy, because you know who's not playing Alchemy? Competitive players, the grinders. They're playing shit like Explorer and maybe Historic, or they're playing MTGO because that's probably more worth their time. People, like, competitors will play Alchemy when they are told that the next big event is Alchemy, and that is it. And it feels like it's going to get to a point sooner rather than later that will be Alchemy's only role, is that it will only be played by the serious people who would play it when they are told they have to play it. Because they'll play anything when they're told they have to play it. That's how it works.
Yeah.
We don't pick the format that we're going to play at the Pro Tour. We just play whatever they tell us we're playing.
Yeah, it's what they do.
Exactly.
Right?
So it's just like... I really don't understand who the format's for, and I have to imagine that if I was the decision maker at WotC, I would discontinue it, if I'm being perfectly honest. I just think it's a waste at this point. To like, we're dedicating resources to it, but like not enough resources to make it good.
Yeah,
like,
I mentioned before in the Discord, I like what they're trying to do. I like the flavor of a lot of the stuff they're trying to do.
Just seems needlessly complicated. Like, Specialize is just like, this is way too much. Like,
and actually this ties into our last podcast, right? changes were made to the game specifically because Magic was like so complex that it was difficult to like remember all of these things at once.
Exactly. Way too
And
much to keep track of, and
I think
Specialize completely encapsulates that idea.
yeah, I like the idea of Specialize.
It's a
I
cool
like the
mechanic.
it is a cool mechanic. It's very flavorful. I wish maybe they had done more work on the art, but like
Oh, you didn't like the
it,
color palette swaps?
oh
The
no.
paint
I mean,
bucket fill feature?
don't you don't you like how Lulu goes from being a mono white creature to a mono white creature? Just costs one more?
Ooh, I mean, they all have that mode, to be fair, but
Yeah. But
yes. No, I understand what you're saying though. It's like
yeah.
there's way too much to remember, and it's just
Yes.
like honestly, it feels like that ability that what
Mhm.
we're doing with Specialize could be done in paper. It's just you
Yeah.
don't have enough space in the text box. Like
Yeah.
this feels like we're just like we're making these cards so ludicrously complicated. Um,
Mhm.
so we're going real deep in the design pool here,
Yeah.
and the only
Yeah.
reason we're doing it digital and doing it with Specialize is because we wanted to track between zones, and what we're gonna actually do would require like the text box of like 6 cards, and it's just like that's not like good. That's not like good because you can do it. Like it's like this is like it. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
And we know what like it's gonna be like where like you're gonna play that card, and it's like well, in deck building you have to decide what am I going to specialize this into, and then
Mhm.
your opponent's not gonna have a goddamn clue what you're gonna specialize it into unless you're like monocolor.
Yeah,
But if you're
it
three
is
colors, it's like it's just gonna be so different every game, and it's not gonna be. It feels like we're going way too far away from like the core Magic concepts.
yeah, it's and also like since Specialize is generic too, it's just like you're just picking the best ability, not the color.
Well, that's the other thing. Yeah, it's well, I mean, if 4 of these 5 modes are unplayable at best, like this card's really it's a red black card or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's like yeah, unless all of the modes are uniquely powerful, um, the card will just be whatever the best specialized mode is. So it's like what you did was cool, but it's just no different than printing, 4 shitty rares and 2 good ones.
Yeah.
Like realistically, like it's all of the same. They might as well just be different cards. Like, but you're just taking. You're like, and don't get me wrong. I think it shows a little bit of like, and this is definitely not why they did it, but it's like this could have been 7 different cards, right, or 6 different cards, but instead it's 1 card. So you're getting 6 cards for the price of 1. So which means it doesn't stretch your wild cards as much. But like, so
Mhm.
that is one positive of it. But again, if it's 5 shitty cards and 1 good card, and if the base card is shitty, then all of them are unplayable. Like with
Mhm.
that one that is a 3 mana 2/2, like that card is unplayable at best. Like
Yeah.
on its face value, and it's 3 to specialize it, and you can't specialize it until you have at least 6 lands in play. So it's like, yes, it's a 6 mana whatever version of that card you want it to be, and a fun fact, none of them are good enough to be 6 mana. And even so, if you specialize it on the stack, they'll just kill the thing with a 2 mana burn spell like an Unholy Heat. Unless specialize is considered a special action, I guess.
Oh, is it?
I have
Or
no idea, to be honest with you. So let's take a peek.
they made an article about it, so maybe they'll
Specialize.
uh,
Specialize. Pay mana and discard a color/land type of your choice.
Oh, okay.
To
So it's not
change.
even colorless. You still have to discard a card.
Yeah, you have to discard a land and then discard a
Or
a card.
or a card of the color. So if you discard, you could discard a mountain or a red card to get the red specialization.
Yeah, it's the color or the corresponding basic land type. So it doesn't actually say, so I will assume that it uses the stack, which makes the mechanic wildly unplayable. Unless it still changes the card, I guess, in your graveyard, but, at that point, it's a different card.
Yeah, I'm trying
Like,
to
because I'm fairly certain, like, this, again, this rule is complicated because they didn't explain it very well in their, like, rules text. They didn't explain what timing it uses. Is it sorcery? Is it instant? Is it,
Okay.
a special action? Does it even use? Is it a special action with timing restrictions?
Yeah.
Does if the creature dies, does it still specialize? I can't imagine that it does, but there's a chance, given that once it is specialized, it tracks that between zones. Like, so
Yeah.
it's just like none of these. You notice I have a million questions and zero answers, and since this isn't a paper rule, they don't update the comprehensive rule book with these mechanics. Fun
And
fact.
also,
So
I also like that people have been describing this as a six-sided card when in reality they don't even flip. They just become the new card.
well, it is six-sided. It's essentially a
Yeah.
transform where you have 5 different modes to transform in.
Yeah, I feel bad for the Scryfall people.
Specialize. All right.
I mean, I'm looking forward to playing Prosper whenever I play some historic brawl, but other
Yeah.
than that,
I do think this is a good set for Brawl.
yeah.
Alright, so looking at there's nowhere that clarifies these rules. Wonderful. And there's no... So yeah, if this ability, I'll make this call right now. If this ability uses the stack, it's unplayable.
Because they could just kill it in response or
Well,
something.
so here's the thing. If you're going to pay mana, discard a card as a cost, and then it
God,
dies,
yeah.
like, you're 2-for-1ing yourself, and you've invested its mana cost, and the specialized mana. So, like, if you paid, like, say, 5 mana, discarded a card, and you just got, like, shit on by an Unholy Heat, like these cards aren't good enough to see play in Historic.
No.
Now, in their defense, they are in fact balanced for Arena, Alchemy specifically, not Historic, but because Historic's not a real format anymore. But according to a WotC insider, it is in fact played more than other formats.
Yeah, and
which until they actually show me hard data, I will assume they're lying. Because at this point, that's basically what I have to assume from them when it comes to Arena, that they're just outright lying.
Well, yeah, and it's like, yeah, sure, they have the full data, and we only have access to publicly gathered data, like Untapped, like we said, but like...
Yeah, which is skewed. It's skewed to a certain kind of player who would be tracking it, right? There's plenty of casual people out there, but I don't think the casual people play Alchemy. Like, it's more expensive. Like,
yeah.
From your perspective, as a guy who's grinded as a free-to-play player, right? Like, Alchemy is not reasonable to do that with.
No, it's not, because
it's standard, but you have to spend more rares.
Yeah, the only time I've considered playing Alchemy is when, like, I got 1 or 2 Alchemy cards. I have never felt compelled to spend more rare wild cards on the, second, third, fourth copy of Sanguine Blood or whatever.
Sanguine Brushstroke, yeah.
Brushstroke, which is a super cool card. I do like that card, but like...
Well, it's since been nerfed since you probably played it, so...
Yeah, but but that's the thing. I opened my free copy when the set came out. I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I had no incentive to get the second, third, or fourth.
Well, why would you? I can just play a dex with more rares than they had before. Because, that's all of the good Alchemy cards are rares. That's just the way, that's the trend that it's been. But again, it just comes down to, I don't know who Alchemy is for. I don't think it even, the way they manage it, it doesn't even come close to solving the problems they said they were going to solve with it. which is like, well, standard gets boring, so we're gonna have a format we can change more regularly. But it's like, well, actually, good standards don't get boring. Like the current standard's really good, not boring.
Yeah.
Last standard, really good, didn't get boring. Fun fact: if you just design good sets, that problem kind of solves itself. Uh, so like, if
Yeah.
the argument is we're gonna design shitty sets, which you're gonna have every now and again, that's unavoidable. There's gonna be sets that just don't resonate, and maybe don't have maybe they miss the mark on power level or gameplay features. Maybe the mechanics aren't as good as we thought they were in testing, but
Mhm.
because they totally test this game still, I'm sure. But like, yeah, there's like a million problems with Alchemy, and I have actual no incentive to play it. It is one
Yeah.
of the only reasons that I may not bother to play in arena championships or try to,
Mhm.
because it's like I just would rather do like anything else with my time.
Yeah.
It's not,
I feel that.
because I don't think I've played an Alchemy format that was actually fun. Like, just TLDR. I haven't played one that was actually like fun to play more than like maybe 3 matches of, and then I just never want to play again.
Yeah. Well, it's like you said, like they add all these cards, and they're these like you must play rares that then they later
Nerf. They will
nerf, and then
inevitably nerf all of the best cards.
they get nerfed, and you don't get wild card redeems for nerfing.
Nope, fuck you.
Um,
Like,
not even like, would you like your wild cards instead of the cards that we nerfed? Like I would, like not even just you get to keep, like they were just you get to keep the cards,
technology. They
and
can't
we'll give
take
you
cards
upgrades.
out of your collection. They don't know how.
Yeah, but
Technology's hard.
I think it's in, yeah, like to make an analogy that I think a lot of us will understand is a good format is gonna feel like the Pokemon type chart.
Exactly. There's gonna be,
So,
a rock, paper, scissors, or maybe there's 4 or 5 decks even.
yeah.
Like Modern is a good format right now. It has some
Hmm.
decks that have play patterns that maybe aren't as fun as others, like Omnath, but like it is by and large a very fun and enjoyable format. Pioneer is finally starting to settle. Seems like a fun and enjoyable format. Standard, really fun and enjoyable format. Matter of fact, people are continuing to innovate in Standard.
It's it's
It's like,
very it's very interesting when people talk about solved formats like that's a bad thing.
yeah, honestly, it's like a good solved format, like, is good. I think it's fun for people who like to play tight competitive games of Magic. It is
Hmm.
not fun for casual Timmy who wants to play shitty piles of cards. And then they just get rammed over by, the metagame decks because they refuse to play the metagame. Like,
Hmm.
I get there's people who like to brew. Those people don't play Arena, believe it or not, because this is not a good place for it.
No, it's
Because
not.
unlike paper, where like you could buy like a bunch of jank rares and build a deck for $50, you're not doing that.
Yeah. Oh,
In
then that too.
other places. Like you're not doing that on Arena because it's like all decks virtually cost the same, and all decks are virtually several $100 to
Hmm.
start from scratch. So it's like, unless you're a really good drafter who likes to play Rim, but and then also if you're a really good drafter, you're not that person.
Yeah.
Like, you're just not. Like,
And then on top of that, like if you want a digital platform to test out your jank, you also have MTGO, where you can routinely get rares for pennies.
don't get me wrong. There's random cards like Den of the Bugbear that are like $50 on MTGO,
Yes.
but like
Yeah, but
the other thing is like if you're a brewer on MTGO, like you just probably have a card rental service anyway.
no, and
So you're
you
just
you
like,
have
yeah, I
to.
just rent my cards because it's more economically sustainable.
Yeah, you have to, because with all the problems that Arena has, it has moved a lot of standard players and drafters to the platform, meaning there's less packs being cracked on MTGO, which drives up the price of the most played cards.
Exactly. That's why a lot of very powerful standard rares that get played in other formats end up being really expensive on MTGO. But it's like I get it. But yeah, it's just Arena feels like, and the digital formats especially are starting to feel very much like they're just introducing essentially mini rotations.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yes, I have, what is it, now we're gonna have, we'll have 10 full sets of cards in Alchemy by the time rotation happens.
Why?
Because we had 2 of the Innistrad sets, so standard will have 9 sets.
Yeah.
But then we also have all of the mini sets. So that which there's one big one, there's going to be 4 little ones, and then Baldur's Gate, I guess technically is counted as the 10th set, but it's going to be like, you're going to have like 11 sets worth of cards. And fun fact, most of them will be nerfed into the ground if they're good.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing with Alchemy is that like nerfing cards, like I tried to be pro digital rebalancing at first, but like the more time goes on and the more I think about like, well, as a player who's playing, because if I'm playing Alchemy, I'm playing to win and I'm playing to like get ready for a tournament. And if I'm redeeming wild cards, I'm sinking cost into these decks. And if all of my decks just keep getting routinely nerfed, and let's be honest, the way that this has worked out is once a deck has been nerfed, it is replaced by another deck. It is never, and we're talking in the competitive metagame, because like obviously you can continue to play your nerfed cards in theory, but like you look at some of the cards they've nerfed, like Goldspan Dragon's a perfect example. It went from being like a format all-star to being, it's a playable Magic card technically.
Yeah.
Like, because they took away the ability that when you target it, it makes a treasure. So it's just like, this is cool and all, but like we're definitely getting to this point where it's like, no, you actually are just banning cards without giving us wild cards back.
Yeah,
like
it's
everything,
it's the shadow ban.
Yeah, it's like everything we didn't want this to be, it's becoming. Because as it turns out, if they can't design the cards super well so that they're not broken up front, they're gonna be really fucking bad at nerfing them too.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought that they were bad at balancing cards? And when they try to rebalance stuff, sometimes it swings in the wrong direction way too far. But so, and a lot of cards that end up being really good. Because I think another thing, and this is what really got me, was in Historic, right? Lurrus is legal still, which everybody found really weird that it remained legal in the format. But they also aren't trying to ban cards in Historic anymore. They want to rebalance them. So then the question came, how do you rebalance Lurrus? The answer, if you make it 4 mana, it's unplayable.
Mm-hmm.
If you make it a 2/1, it's unplayable. It's like all of the best cards in Magic are very efficient, or they're slightly less efficient than something else, but offer enough upside for taking on that slight inefficiency. That's where Lurrus is. It's like, it is pay 3 mana to draw it, and then 3 mana to play it, and in Historic, we don't have as many like good 0 mana things to put back into play with it. We don't have a Mishra's Bauble to get like immediate return on investment. But you do it, but you have 1 mana things. So like, if you buy it on turn 3, play it on turn 4, play a 1 mana thing from your graveyard, that's already like not super good, especially in that format. But then like you kind of flip it on its head. It's just like, well, what happens when you nerf it? Like, it goes from being already kind of not good enough to be like this tier 0 thing to just being this tier 1 thing. But if you nerf it, it goes from being tier 1 to being like hopefully unplayable, because it pushes it past the efficiency barrier that it's just on the borderline of. So it's just it gets me every time where it's just like, oh yeah, like thinking like they couldn't rebalance Expressive Iteration and keep it playable.
Yeah.
It's it comes down to, there's like the old conversation about how do you rebalance Arkham's Astrolabe, because if you make it cost 2 mana, it's just a shittier Prophetic Prism. Like, and if you make it cost 1.5 mana, you can't do that. If you take away draw a card, it's a shittier Mana Silex. Like, it's just like, there's like all these questions. It's like some cards you just can't rebalance. And it feels like Alrund's Epiphany is a perfect example in Alchemy, where it's just like they rebalance this card and it's unplayable.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just like some cards you just can't rebalance. You just can't do it. So banning is the correct choice. And I really wish that they would continue to... My perfect world would be that they rebalance a card when it makes sense, in these digital
Mhm.
formats, but like, you know, banning it if like you can't rebalance it. But they just will always say that, well, we're not going to ban things because they're still technically playable. And it's like, well, all Magic cards are playable, Mark Rosewater, but fuck you. Like, and I know he's not the guy who makes that decision, but he's a figurehead. Fuck Aaron
Yeah.
Forsyth while we're at it, by the way. That guy. But no, I don't have a good hope for future of digital only formats. I have a strong feeling they'll go the way of Brawl, where they will sit in there as available formats, but they will discontinue support. I have a strong feeling things like Baldur's Gate are going to strongly influence how the future of that format.
Yeah.
Or if Baldur's Gate is a huge flop, which is what it's looking like it's going to be on Arena. Not that they'll release that sales data, by the way, just to clarify.
No, yeah.
They'll
I wanna.
release gross sales data during their next investors meeting, but like I can't imagine Baldur's Gate's gonna do very well.
I
And
gotta see here.
yeah,
So, hmm. I'm trying to
maybe.
think back to the original question before we ranted for 20 minutes.
Oh no, it was just about what format we're gonna play, and then we went
Yeah.
on a tangent about how we at this point we kind of just hate the digital
Yeah.
formats.
Well, and that's the thing too is
It's
I want
tough.
I want to play a format that people are gonna like play, right?
All right,
The whole
Explorer.
point,
That's the only
yeah,
option then.
yeah. I mean, it's Explorer or Standard at this point.
And well, the only problem with standard is I don't think we could really do
No,
standard.
I don't think there's unless we just want to play the Rakdos Artifact deck mirror every single week.
Yeah, because like standard decks are mostly rares.
Yeah.
And that's actually typically always true in standard. So like oddly enough, standard is one of the lesser expensive formats traditionally, but it is also one of the more rare heavy formats.
Yes. Which
Because newer cards nowadays tend to have their power at the rare and uncommon level.
yeah, because it's so at this point it's like, well, it's Explorer, because I'm not really excited by anything in Historic. It would just be Explorer plus stuff that I have to deal with from my opponents.
Exactly. That's
And
my kind of thoughts on it too.
and I would love to do just like even like a fun of episode of Historic Brawl, but we can't versus each other in Historic Brawl.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever fixed that bug, but
No, they didn't. I tried while we were talking. You can still only do friendly brawl, which is historic cards, which is
yeah, because it's
his,
like they've got
it's
like
it's the historic card pool, but it's
you've got
60 cards. Oh no,
yeah.
okay, you can do friendly brawl and friendly brawl rebalanced. Okay,
Yeah, but it's
so
still only
yeah, it's still only 60 cards, so it would be Explorer Brawl at that point.
yeah. Well, even the friendly brawl, because 60 card rebalanced is not brawl.
No, if you do
That's just
fr-
brawl. That's just
so
regular 60
yeah,
cards.
so there's friendly brawl and friendly brawl rebalance. I don't know if they have that as an option. It's okay, they don't. I'm
They do
seeing,
not. Yeah,
but
you're
you can build the deck either way. It's when you build the deck, it's one of the formats that is an option.
well. Naturally, it's a format option, but naturally, it's not built into the.
Yeah, no.
It's fine. I mean, they don't care about the direct challenge feature. That's not the point of this platform.
No.
The point of this platform is fuck you, pay me. We established that in our economy podcast.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Um
So it sounds
yeah.
like we agree that we're gonna be playing more Explorer for season 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well then, I feel like how are we gonna do these deck building restrictions?
Okay, so we were going to cash in this idea later down the road. But if we're having trouble as like a filler season, this could be a thing that we do like once every 3 seasons or so. But we could just do the thing where we
Get them at
pick
random.
like like a random like Explorer rare or a random Explorer mythic.
Okay.
Well, let's not do rares and mythics because we want people to spend wild cards on something that might be usable,
Yeah,
right?
we're trying to still produce playable decks, not force bad mythics or rares to be playable. We
Yeah.
could
So I
sit
think
down and curate a list of like the good ones and then
let's
pick a random one that way, but I feel like that's more of a disservice.
um yeah.
Also, that would take for fucking ever. But like,
Yeah, to curate a list, it absolutely would. I wonder actually.
I think doing random color combinations probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Random color combinations, I wouldn't have an issue with. I want to see. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's go with. We're doing Explorer.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing best of three.
Naturally.
Okay, so I'm looking here, and we can do over the course. So there is an Untapped does have an MTGA card statistics page.
Ooh, let's pull
Where
that
you can
up
look
here.
up cards in certain formats from like bronze to mythic,
Like
uh
most played.
most played, yeah. So number of well, not even so like they have a bunch of columns. They have like included win rate, number of games, included percentage, main deck quantity, kept percentage, kept win rate, available win rate,
Just a
things like
few.
that. And we could be like, okay, we could just pick like,
Say
um, and
platinum.
since you can sort by like, let's do previous meta, we could be like, okay, uh, or even just like the last 7 days, and we could pick a card
Pick the
from the
most
last
played
7 days,
cards. Yeah.
one of the most played cards in the last 7 days.
Oofda. Yeah, I'm looking at this list. I have it up on the stream too.
Yeah,
It's a lot of red black stuff because red black is the best color combination as it turns out.
yeah,
I feel
interesting.
like
It look,
this might be hard to do
yeah,
because like it's gonna. I imagine what this is gonna end up looking like is a lot of like stuff from the same archetype. It's just gonna be
mm-hmm.
here. So this might be a little too difficult to do, but this is good data. Uh,
Yeah,
to talk like look at and talk about, but it's just like look at percentage included. Thoughtseize is at 42.1% of decks.
Jesus.
Uh,
We could pick a card from the top 10 lowest win rate, but that goes against what we're trying to do too.
that's true. If we take a look at that, like it's all lands.
Yep, pretty much.
The bottom six are lands, and then it's Narset, exactly where it belongs in the fucking losers queue. But yeah, I feel like let's do random color combinations this
Random
time.
color combinations. Okay, yeah.
I
And
think
then
what we'll do is each week there's what? There's 26 combinations, right?
I believe
5
so, yeah.
monocolored, colorless, 10 two color, and then 10 three color. And I don't think we'll go anything beyond that. Why don't we
Well,
we got
what are we losing if we don't do a four color? Like just Omnath at that
yeah,
point?
yeah, Omnath is like it's Omnath and then there's 5 color cards.
Okay.
And I don't think there's I'm going to be upfront with y'all. I have played Omnath in the budget battle, but I would not ever recommend playing that card.
Yeah, the big Omnath.
4 color Omnath is a very difficult card. It is a card that will likely be good at some point, right? But like,
Yeah.
it's not a card that I would recommend going out of your way for, because it is
Yeah.
not nearly as good as people want it to be. But
Well, and then it's like, you know, the five color ones are like, do I really want to be playing?
well, like you look
Honest,
at like
honest,
something like Niv Mizzet decks, like that is
yeah.
the literal antithesis to what we're doing here, because
It
those decks
oh
are
it,
like 45 rares.
yeah, it's yeah. Then you got Cody, which is like you're probably just playing a combo with that.
Exactly. Like at that point, you're just playing probably what is a bad combo deck.
Yeah.
So I think what we'll do is we'll take those 26 combinations, and we'll get each of them at random, and then we'll take the ones that have been gotten out of the queue.
Yeah.
And so that will leave. We'll do 3 decks a week again. I think that'll
Yeah,
take 18. So there'll be 8 color combinations that weren't played.
yes, and then additionally this is gonna be interesting because then we're gonna have potentially like colorless versus Jeskai or something.
Yeah,
So,
which might be a one-sided beatdown. Colorless versus the 3-color deck from inconsistency.
yeah.
More so than the monocolored and even the colorless deck. The colorless deck was super consistent. It's just really fucking slow. Like,
Yep.
was its problem. But yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll figure out the spins. We might modify those rules next week. I think
Sure.
we'll chat about it more offline as well. But all right, I think we can call it there for the night, Drabby Noobs. It's about 9 o'clock by you.
Yeah. And I do not work tomorrow because retail.
Love it.
I do have stuff to do, so I should still be
Fair.
responsible.
I do work tomorrow, but I will be getting done early tomorrow, which is exciting. All right. Well, I will talk to you later, my friend. It's been a pleasure. And thank you, and of course, thank you all for watching. If you want to stay up to date with our content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're there on YouTube, as well as you can drop us a like. And if you're here on Twitch with us as well, you can go ahead and hit that follow button. You can even hit that subscribe button if you want to support our content even further. You can also find us both on Twitter at SaltiestGaijin and at DrabbyNoobs, where we do at least a little bit of interaction from time to time, as well as I know you're a little more active on Twitter than I am, DrabbyNoobs.
Yep, it's what I do with my breaks.
Absolutely. But again, we appreciate you all for watching. We will see you again soon.